It's moldable. You can use it multi-tasking product.
Arlene, it is a steal. Run, run, run before it's a sellout. Thank you for joining us on Pretty Amazing Beauty. Thank you, Arlene, and thank you for shopping with us. I'm your host, Rebecca Vargas. Follow me on socials at Rebecca Vargas TV, and I'm going to toss it on over to the kitchen with Tamara Hooks and the icon that's Lidia Bastianich.
My culinary line, Lidia's Kitchen, is special because behind it is my 50 years of experience of cooking in the kitchen and all the things that I love in the kitchen. My grandparents had wheat fields, we made the flour, but between that golden wheat swayed beautiful red poppies. And I used to sneak in, collect them, make a beautiful bouquet, and bring it for the family table for dinner. Get great ingredients, good equipment, and you have yourself a simple, good Italian meal. Tutti a tavola a mangiare. That means beckoning the whole family to the table for the great meal you have just prepared.
Well, it is going to be a full hour with Chef Lidia Bastianich. We are so happy that she's here. We're in Lidia's kitchen right now, so this is going to be a really exciting show. And I wish you could be here in the kitchen with us right now because it's so bright and welcoming and happy, and it smells so good. And don't we want that for our kitchen? You can have that. You can have a little bit of Chef Lidia with you. She's brought along the 4-pack of the pasta bowls with the signature phrase. Now, I'm gonna ask Chef what that means, what the meaning of the signature phrase is, but you've got it written on every bowl. These are beautiful. They're a great size and depth. As a matter of fact, you can see them here in the Poppy Perry, and we also have the Limone, if that's the color scheme that you would rather have, the blue and yellows with the bright whites. They're just so beautiful, and you can see everything just tastes better when it looks good to the eye as well, and that's what you're gonna have in your home. So this is coming up, the 4-pack. It's at the end of the hour, but if you wanna go ahead and get them now, you can. Less than $25 for all 4 bowls. And you even have them on FlexPay for $8 and change. That's coming up. We also have, really, it's that helper in the kitchen. And this is your 300-watt glass bowl electric chopper. So this is where you're gonna chop the garlic and the celery and the onions and the vegetables and all of the things, and you can do it very beautifully. And so chopping is something that goes on pretty often, so why not make it beautiful and easy in the process? You're also going to get that great glass bowl with the lid, you get the chopping blade, and you get the scraping knife that goes right along with it. All you do is plug it in, put the food in, and it chops it for you. So that's coming up as well. But I'm going to shift over from the dining table to where it all happens, and Chef Lidia is with us. Chef, welcome. Good morning to you.
Thank you, Tamara. Buongiorno a tutti. How's everybody?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay.
And it does smell amazing here. You're actually starting off with the almost 7 quart, it's a 6.8 quart stainless stock pot with the colander insert. And for a lot of our meals, this is where they start.
Absolutely. Look, I have everything going in here. I have pasta, I have soups, I have stock. I'm gonna steam some vegetables. So this pot is really quite useful all around. Everybody needs a nice 6 to 8 quart pot in their kitchen. And you know, I like the belly. Do you like the, I like the design. Poppies are my favorite.
Yes.
And thank you.
I dressed accordingly because you know what, when you have something that you love, the color, the brightness, it makes being in the kitchen that much more enjoyable.
So here it is. This kind of pot belly effect also retains more heat inside. So this heat concentrates, it doesn't escape as much because this is not as open-mouthed, if you will.
Okay.
So here is a pasta dish that I do it all in once. I have potatoes cooking. I'm going to put the pasta right in, salted water, that's all I need.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put the vegetable too. I'm going to put string beans in there. So I'm going to let this cook all together, one pot, and then we're going to dress it with some pesto and cheese, and we have a meal. That's one.
And that's it.
Exactly. The next one is a nice, beautiful soup, pea soup. Springtime, but also, you know, fresh peas in the springtime, but also at the base of split peas is also good. Some vegetables in there. And here I'm gonna put the ditalini, the little pasta.
Yes.
Let that cook. And Look at all the meals that we're gonna have.
That's right.
All in one pot. And here also, you know, I have the vegetables and all of that, and if you like vegetarian, that's good. You begin with olive oil, but you could add a kielbasa sausage or some smoked pork or whatever, and it could become like a two-meal. Wow. You know, you have your soup, and then you have your...
Yeah, that's right. You have your protein there. And this is the thing. If you're going to do one-pot cooking, it's got to be a very special pot. It's got to be able to hold the amount that you need, especially if you're cooking for either a large family, a large gathering, or when you cook, you want to cook once and then have enough food to eat for the rest of the week. And that's what you've got in a pot, a stock pot of this size.
Well, you know, that's what I'm all about. You know, how do you facilitate? Women are working today, they're busy, but we want to feed our family with real food, good food. And this is the way you can start. This is easy, you know, pot of boiling water, put all your vegetables, your pasta, make some pesto. You can make the pesto the week before, freeze it or whatever. Soup, basic soup, pea soup, you can freeze before you put the pasta in. So you can take half of it, freeze the liquid, and then when you're ready to serve, you put the pasta and the peas in the last minute, just before serving. So you can have 4 portions in the freezer. And then here, of course, stock. Who doesn't love stock? And here it's all, you know, I always say, all those kind of chicken wings, chicken necks, whatever you have. You have the leftover from the carrots, the celery tops. Everything goes in here. You make a big pot of soup. I usually pick the meat off the bones once it's done, and with a little salt, I eat that. But you pass the stock, and you again put it in pint containers, freeze it, and you have it ready whenever.
And you have made that in the same stock pot that you're making your soup, in the same stock pot that you're making your pasta. So you see how this is gonna be, it's beautiful so that it can really just stay on your cooktop. You don't even have to designate a place in the drawer or in the cabinet for it.
Right, and what's wonderful, if you can see we have also a little sort of for the steam, for the extra steam, so it doesn't boil over. So that's good. And this is a nice metal handle that you can handle. Touch it. It's a little warm, but it's not hot.
And I like that you're right. It's a little bit warm. It's not hot, but it gives me a large surface to hold on to. And even if I had on an oven mitt, it's far enough away. There's like a good distance from the height of this so that my knuckles aren't touching that
But it
glass.
is not all one piece of metal. That's why, so the heat doesn't, you know, you pick it up, of course, but easy to pick up and so on. So everything is kind of sealed, the steam comes out, it's in there, and it's cooking. And then I use this for steaming as well. Look, you get this.
That's right, the colander.
The colander. So I'm gonna steam. Okay, let's check on this.
I know that one got a little excited over there, but you're going to get that colander that comes right along with it, also stainless, so that these come together. You'll get the stock pot, the colander, and the lid. And you'll notice, did you notice how Chef put the lid on top with the colander in it, and it still fits? So you don't need any extra pieces. You can see we have 480 of them left, and then that's it. So while these are on sale, they used to be almost $60. You've got about, what, a $15 savings, and they're beautiful. This is the time to go ahead and do it. And so it comes with the colander so that I can steam with it, because I know it used to be that we would have to, if we wanted to steam, we kind of had to makeshift a steamer, but now we don't have to do that, right, Chef?
No. Look at this. You can use this. And I'm doing broccoli, but you can do everything. I'm going to do right after the broccoli, I'm going to throw in the spinach, and they're going to steam in no time. And then you take it out, a little bit of drizzle of olive oil, some salt and pepper, and it's done.
This is it. It's got its own handle. This is great. I mean, and look, you can see the way that it's just easily going to sit in. All of the food stays in, and then you pull it all out.
But you know, anything you want, you have boiled eggs. You know, so you fish them all over, they're running all over.
I hadn't thought about that.
Sure, you got to be practical in the kitchen, you know?
That's right. I like that you create things for the way that, very practical, the way that we cook and serve our family every day. And so that's why we wanted to start off this hour with the stock pot. We've got the chopper coming up, we've got the spice mills coming up and everything, and the bowls, but this is the actual cooking vessel. And so it's got to be right for us.
You know, Tamara, I think I've been in the restaurant business 50 years, but my cooking is all about basic home cooking. And yes, I'm a chef, but I'm not a star chef in the sense of inventing. I like traditions, especially Italian. I like cooking straightforward. I like, you know, the economy of cooking well, of using everything, of, you know, kind of not having to wash too many pots. All of that is in consideration, you know, and every woman or man who cooks, there's a lot of men cooking now. You know?
Absolutely, yes.
And they kind of want to be practical about it and have things, you know, if they come late from work, you go in the freezer, pull out the stock, you have, you have a little spinach, you throw it in, you whisk an egg, and you have stracciatella alla romana.
Oh, see. And I was going to say, if only it were that easy, but I'm going to tell you, Chef Lidia makes it that easy. We even have her cookbook coming up. So if you're saying, oh, I wish I could do that, we're going to give you the recipes to be able to do that. But just so you know, we've got the stock pot, stainless steel. I like this. There are lots of different types of cooking vessels, but I like the fact that I understand stainless steel. It's not too heavy, but it's also not too light. It's got that perfect weight to it.
Right. It has, if you look at the base, it has sort of a double base that retains the heat.
Yes.
And then the pot belly effect that, again, keeps the heat inside. And that sort of gets cooking what you're cooking, especially soups and whatever. And at the end, it saves a little bit of energy, too.
Yes. I'll tell you, this is what you're getting. This is everything that's coming to you. If you want to do one pot steaming, cooking, if you want to do your soups, your stews, your gravies, all of the things, your specialty meals, you've got it all right here. 2 riveted on handles, so it's going to be easy for you to hold on to even when this is filled. And I invite you to start here, and we've got so much more for you in this hour. $14 and change to get these home, and you can get them in this beautiful poppy Perry, of which you will have other pieces that you can match with that as well.
Let me show you. Here you are.
Okay.
You have just, the pasta is cooked, the vegetables are all cooked.
It was quick, too.
Yes. They, there we go, just like that.
Yes.
And you can put any vegetables right in there that you like, and you have the actual. Here it is. The pesto. Just put it in.
Oh, look at that.
And the pesto, we can make it with our. We'll show them how to make it in a little bit.
With the chopper.
Yes.
And that's it. You take that straight to the table.
You take it straight to the table as it is. Or, you know, you could do, of course, a little bit of cheese goes in there. And I don't know. It looks awfully good in my little dish here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Those bowls are coming up as well. The utensils are coming up, the utensil holder. You can get it all in this hour. Look at how beautiful.
Okay, let's see. Can I?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Let me cheese you up a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay. now you can see, you know, how you can put broccoli here. You can put whatever vegetables you have. Cook it all together.
So good.
And
so good. Go ahead and get the stock pot, okay? It is 879964. That's the item number on that. I love that you're making pea soup. That's one of my favorite soups.
I have here enough for a whole week's of meals.
That's so good. And I'll tell you, some of the things, what we use in the kitchen to season, Chef makes them easy and beautiful. You're looking at the 12-inch electric wood spice mill. We're showing you 2. If you want to, go ahead and get both. And you can put any spice in here.
Absolutely. And look at this. Just press the button.
I love that.
Isn't that great? Let me just.
Because a lot of times when we see spice mills, they're the grinders, and you need to use both hands. But with this, there's a button on the top, and that's it.
And sometimes your hands, you know, you can't help it, but they have a little grease or something. Everything is slipping. But here you put pepper, and you know it's adjustable. The thickness of it that you want.
Yes.
You can adjust it, thick or very thin, and it's just. You know, pepper is always at the table, and it's the best thing to do at the last minute.
Yes.
So here I have some pasta cooking. Let's
That
the
nice
soup.
fresh pepper. And just so you know,
Okay.
if you want the spice mill, you're getting one for $19.95. If you need more than one, then go ahead and order according to your needs. You've been using these beautiful utensils, and you're actually getting a 4-piece set, and that's what you see here. You're going to get the tongs, you'll get the ladle, the spatula, and the skimmer. You see 3 of the 4 in here, and we've got the skimmer. This is what Chef was using to,
I'm gonna use it again.
look at that.
Here, the rigatoni, and this is a cold, quick pasta. Look at this.
Okay.
You have some, summertime is coming. It is the best. You just fish it right out.
That's quick.
I cannot work in my kitchen without, they call it the spider or whatever, but I cannot work without it. And to make this, let me put it right in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna put some mozzarella right in here.
So you just did rigatoni and tomatoes.
Fresh
Fresh
tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Some pesto again. You know, the pesto is a great thing, and you can make pesto and freeze it. Just what you need to do is freeze it in small portions.
Okay.
This way, in as much as you would need to serve your family for 3, for 4, and then just mix it up like that.
And it's just beautiful. You're using the tongs right there.
Yeah.
From the 4-piece set.
Right, nice and hot. And this goes right to the table, just like that. You know, if you feel you need a little more dressing, you can put a little bit more of the pesto. Or, you know, sometimes if you feel it too dry, a little bit of the pasta cooking water is always good.
Okay.
Yeah, and the cheese, of course.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I love,
look at this.
look at that.
Okay.
And I love, Chef, that you thought about making the utensils as beautiful as even the serving dishes, because a lot of times utensils are an afterthought.
You know, I think that food needs to be beautiful. You buy the best food. You need to present it. It all is, you know, your senses. And you see, you can use it to this, like a spatula to mix, but also to cut. And here we are, this wonderful kind of
Oh, wow.
crostata, if you will. It's almost a lasagna with vegetables and bread. Look at this.
Look at that.
And you know what? You can just bring it to the table like that. You cut it
Right.
and right this, let them help themselves. Here I have some fresh basil right on top.
I even love with that spatula, it's that perfect, if you just measure it up to the spatula, it's that perfect portion size
Yes.
for your
yeah.
family.
Absolutely. And it cooks, it's nice, it looks beautiful.
Yes.
And you know what, a nice gift. You know, you got homework, housewarming gift.
Yes.
Well, let me see my little soup here.
And you're gonna have a chance to get the utensils in either the limone, which is the blue and yellow option, or the poppy perry, which is gonna be the red option. And it's gonna be beautiful red, you've got 2 shades of blue, you've got a little bit of gold and yellow in there, and of course white, and then stainless. So the skimmer, the spatula, the tongs, and the ladle, you get all of that. And if you want the utensil holder, we do have the utensil holder as well. We'll give you an item number for that. We only have it though in the poppy perry. I believe we only have it in the poppy perry. So keep that in mind as you're shopping. There it is. There's the item number for that.
The
Oh,
soup
we
is
do?
cooked?
We do have both. Okay, perfect. Look
This-
at this.
And you know, you see, I always kind of help myself with either a little plate or even in this case, the lid, so that I don't dribble all over the. And I'm gonna put a little bit of cheese. Look
Yeah,
at
we don't
this.
want to lose a single drop.
And a little bit of fresh pepper.
See how it all works together?
Absolutely.
And we've got the bowls coming up. I told you they would be at the end of the hour. You can get a 4-piece set of the bowls for under $25. You can get the spice mill for under $20. You're getting the utensils for under $18. So it doesn't have to cost a lot to look this beautiful. And look at this. This is the way that you present to your family and friends and loved ones.
And you know, today everybody's conscious about how much I'm gonna eat, whatever. If you do it family style like that, everybody can take as much as they like. Give them but give them the utensil to serve themselves, so they're not looking. So a ladle is always good for pasta. A spatula is always good for shoveling things out, if you will. And again, soup. So you put it on the table. This can all go on the table. Can you imagine? 1, 2, 3, and the soup. You put it on the table, just like that. And you see I'm handling the handles?
Right.
They are not.
Look at that.
Look at this.
You take straight to the table. Everything coordinates. Oh my gosh.
Because it's beautiful.
Yes. Well, we eat with our eyes first. We always have.
Yes.
And so when you bring this to the table and you're saying, wait a minute, I've got everything I need, everything coordinates, it wasn't expensive, but it really makes $1 million statement. That's what you're seeing right here. And like you were saying, the skimmer is a must-have.
Absolutely. I pull everything when I fry things.
Yes.
When I cook pasta, vegetables, when I cook or steam or whatever. Now, you want it tutti a tavola mangiare. Everybody loves it. I say it at the end of my cooking show. And what it means, my grandmother used to say, okay, tutti a tavola mangiare. Everybody come to the table and eat. And people just love it. So, you know, that's what we ended up doing. People just love that, to have that. That means Lidia is with you at the table.
I love it. I told you were going to get a piece of Chef Lidia Bastianich to come home with you today. This is the way that you do it. If you want the utensils, and I know that you do, because we don't see things like this when you go out anywhere shopping. We've got them for you now. Go for it in either the Poppy Perry or the Limone. Whichever you choose, less than $18 for all 4 utensils. And if you want the utensil holder, we've got that for you as well in either option, the Limone or the Poppy Perry, for less than $15. You've got to get the holder. It just, you know, kind of caps it all off.
And beautiful housewarming gift. Look at
Beautiful.
this. I'm rinsing them off.
Okay.
But, make sure they're clean when you bring them as a gift. That's
right.
But this is, isn't it beautiful?
And it's even, you even have enough space if there were other things you wanted to put in there.
But sometimes when you cook, you need something like that because you have all these kind of utensils and they're a little dirty, whatever, where you're gonna put them, just put them back in there and then you wash the whole thing.
I love it. Only about 200 left in the Limone, okay, if you want that. And then we have a few more than that in the Poppy Perry. Just so you know, it is 7 inches high, 6 inches in diameter, so that you can decide where on your counter you're going to put those. Let's talk meatball, shall we?
Shall we?
Let's do it. You brought along the 2-piece stainless steel cookie or meatball scoop. So it can be cookies, it can be meatballs for lunch and dinner, and then cookies for dessert, but it's the perfect size. You're gonna get a 2 tablespoon and a 4 tablespoon scoop. And again, you choose, do you want the Limone or do you want the Poppy Perry? So let's dive in. Ooh,
okay.
The perfect
so here
size.
they are. You see the different, so these are the meatball shape. You can do it a large one or a small one.
Okay.
You know, sometimes if you do like meatballs in a soup or you want to include it in the pasta itself,
yes,
then maybe the smaller one is better.
Okay.
Okay. So let's try to just, and you see, it's easy to do. Just
it's that perfect scoop.
And you know when you have like kids love to get in here, this is just simple,
yes,
nice, the right size, all the same. And sometimes, you know, oh, what size would I make? And, you know, I always get the question of meatballs. I look, and just put them in the oven. Do I fry my meatballs? Do I put the meatballs in raw like that? You know, you could put them in just raw in the sauce. That's okay.
Okay.
Some of people like to fry it, so you can, like this, just a little bit of flour and fry it.
Okay.
Or you can put them just like this in the oven, just like, like here. And that's another way. And what you do with that is that you form a nice, hard kind of covering so it doesn't break in the sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
And look, and then they're all uniform, which means they're all going to cook evenly.
Yes, yes, the same size.
This is so good.
And of course the desserts. Now we are here with the desserts. You know, I make one of my favorite desserts. I'm going to give you a little tip here.
Okay.
It's an affogato.
Okay.
Affogato means to be kind of submerged in a liquid, to be choking in a sense.
Okay.
So ice cream with hot espresso.
Oh my.
Just like that.
Oh wow.
And
the ice cream looks so happy.
it's gonna slowly melt.
Okay.
So I don't have a little spoon, but you can mix it up a little bit and then take a little sip. While I make cookies.
Cookies.
And these are the ricotta chip. And these recipes are all in my book, so which we're gonna
I'm glad you mentioned that because I know some people were wondering about that.
So here we are, the cookie, and they sort of all of the same size. Look how beautiful. And you bake them, and it's simple: ricotta, some sugar, of course, flour, and that's it.
That's it? And then the chocolate chips?
The chocolate chips, the last minute, you don't want to over mix it, and then you roll it with an ice cream scoop, just like that. This little scoop here, and they will kind of melt into.
You know what I love about this? Now, you're going to get the 4 tablespoon and the 2 tablespoon of your scoops, and you're going to use them in so many different ways. But I like to bake with my daughter. She's 7. And you have the most interesting conversations when you're doing something like this. You're just you're doing something repeatedly, you're with the person you love, and you just start talking about life and family and
they open up.
Yes.
You know, food is the ultimate kind of connector. It is the connector with, but also in working with the children, it's, you know, everybody tells me, my shows, I'm on my shows, the cooking shows now, 26 years. So my grandchildren kind of grew up with me in the kitchen, coming and going. And so they're adults now, but you connect and they learn so much.
Yes.
And there's a sense of accomplishment. When they can do this.
You can do it.
And end of this, they can make something for their friends, for their family.
You can do this as well. Really simply, you can see $12.95, that's the sale price. You've got such a great value. Choose either the Limonée or the Poppy Perry design, and we'll send these to you, okay? And these are 880-666. That's the item number to get those home. You can shop with us as you're watching here on HSN TV, but we also have a streaming channel. Did you know that? And I want you to watch it. It's HSN Plus and also QVC Plus. And what you're gonna see on that channel are a lot of really fun behind the scenes conversations and interviews and just some really cool shows that we put on that are only on the streaming channel. And you can check it out any and everywhere that you stream. So that's HSN Plus. And we are gonna take a quick break. We're gonna give you a chance to go ahead and pick up what you've seen so far, but Chef is staying with us. We've got more.
I'm Christian Siriano, and I'm a fashion designer. I really wanted to bring something whimsical and a little bit of fantasy and fashion to HSN, but still something that was very wearable and beautiful. We have had so much fun the last year creating such wonderful pieces that I hope people really feel good in, and it's just been a blast. I've designed and dressed first ladies, fashion icons, and movie stars, and now I get to design for you. Only at HSN and hsn.com.
Here at HSN, we base our retail values on nationwide information. Retail value is an indication of the price you would expect to pay for the same or similar item elsewhere, not the price at which you would be able to sell the item. Prices do vary around the country, so ours might be different from prices in your area. For more information, call one of our customer service reps at 1-800-284-3900.
Get deals on tap with the HSN app. Opt into push notifications to get shipping updates, app-only deals, and special offers sent straight to your phone. Get alerts when your favorite items have dropped in price or come back in stock. Take your shows on the go. Stream HSN wherever you are, 24 hours a day. Download now and take $10 off your first app purchase. Happy shopping.
Chef, oh my God. Chef Lidia Bastianich is joining us this entire hour here at HSN, and I was just looking through her cookbook, the one that you have a chance to get, From Our Family Table to Yours. Every one is hand-signed, as you can see right here on the inside, which is fantastic. And it is a collection of more than 100 recipes of family favorites from this best-selling, award-winning chef. Now, I opened this up and I just said, ooh, that looks amazing. And I was flipping through all of the dishes that only look mouth-watering, but they look like something that you could do easily for your family, Chef.
Absolutely. All of these are recipes that are in this book, simple spaghetti meatballs. And this happens, because I wrote 16 cookbooks in all these years. And, the audience out there said, Lydia, what is your family favorites? Yes. So these are some of the family favorites, but they're simple, like this great salad, beans. Now you could cook your beans, dry beans or whatever. You can buy canned beans.
Okay.
Some onions, some olives, galleta olives, just a little bit of dark. Yeah, I'm checking that there's no pit, make sure.
Okay.
And the eggs, you can just quarter them like that. And so you have your proteins. You can add greens to this. But this makes a great salad, and it's a great salad for the winter. And it's almost, you can make it into a main course. You add tuna. So all these recipes, the soups we just made, a nice kale salad. Everybody loves the spaghetti and meatballs. Bring it out. And the recipes could be easily doubled, or singled. So it is our family favorites. And look at this easiness. Those chicken wings, my kids just love it. You go and bread it and fried. Those are baked. They're not fried.
Okay.
And they're just as crunchy and just as delicious as the fried one. Let me add a little bit of pepper and a little bit more of salt.
Okay.
Okay. And, oops, but okay.
Oh, a little bit. That's okay.
That's okay.
The more the better.
Olive oil, I can't live without olive oil.
That's right.
And a little bit of wine vinegar. I like wine vinegar.
Okay.
What kind of vinegar do you use?
No, I like that too.
Yeah,
Yes.
apple cider vinegar is good too. And a bowl like that, you put it. Also in the summertime coming, something like this with grilled. There we go.
Look at that, just so refreshing and simple. And you can put that together. If someone calls you and says, oh, I just wanted to stop by and just visit with you, and you want to prepare something really simply and easily, you can do this.
You have all of this. If I come to your house, you have all these ingredients?
I have I just got some red onions again. I just had to
you
restock
can use white onions.
Oh, wow, that's good. I have every ingredient you used.
And this salad will keep on a table if you have a buffet table. It will keep because it has no greens, but you could add greens. But we could add a little bit of basil, of course.
Very nice, of course.
And I love to kind of really handle my touch it with my hands.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of bring out oh gosh, you could smell that. As soon as you did that, you could smell that basil. Oh,
you see the
that
meatballs?
look simple?
And
you can see, you made the meatballs with the rigatoni. I found the recipe for that in here too. So all of these family favorites are in this book. Over 100 recipes that are easy to follow, ingredients that we already know and love. And you serve these to your family, and you can see Chef Lydia. I know that over the years, like you said, people would ask you, well, what are some of your favorites? And that of your family, and that's what you've got here. And it's a little bit of everything. Some dishes are a little bit more vegetarian, some are not, some are desserts, a little something for every taste.
Absolutely. Children will love this. The cookies are easy to make. They can help you. The kids, those chicken wings, breaded, fried, or whatever. But these are so simple. You just marinate them in oil, some seasoned breadcrumbs in the oven.
And that's it.
That's it.
So all of this this is just a little taste of what you're gonna find in the cookbooks. We don't have a lot of them remaining, but you've got them today. Use FlexPay and get yours home. Everyone is signed, which is fantastic. And I invite you to go ahead and shop for yours. These are customer picks as well. Chef, let's head on over this way because some of the dishes that you were just showing us do require a little bit of chopping, a little bit of help in the kitchen, and that's where the chopper comes in that you've created. This is a 300-watt glass bowl electric chopper in the two same designs that we've seen, either the Limonée or the Poppy Perry. You're gonna get the chopper body, the chopper bowl, which is glass, the bowl cover, the chopping blade, and the scraping knife. And this is probably the first thing you're gonna chop with it, and that is the garlic cloves.
Yeah. So, you know, it's, let's see.
And there's that lid. It's right on.
You know, when it's like this, you don't know which is the, but as simple as that. You put it in, chopped garlic, you know, and cover it up. And let's see.
Are we plugged in?
Are we?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
And that's, wow, that was quick.
There you go. Now, chopped garlic, if it's that easy, it's best to chop it as close as you can.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can just take your, just as is, like that,
Yes.
and
Then just scrape it down.
scrape it down, cover it,
Oh,
and in the refrigerator it goes. So you have it ready for whatever. So, you know, our chefs, we have a mise en place. We get ourselves ready before, because of, so this could be one step of mise en place for you at home.
Yes.
And with this garlic, you can use it a little bit for your shrimps, for your salad, for your spaghetti, for whatever. And you can do basically the same with the parsley as well.
right. And think about how much money you save instead of buying it pre-chopped, which means, A, you've probably lost some of the flavor. Who knows how long
Exactly.
ago it was pre-chopped.
Exactly.
And you pay more for that when you can do it at home this quickly.
Just like that. And sometimes, you know, when you have the chopper or the long one or the big ones, you lose. You can't grasp everything. You have to do big amounts.
Yes.
Here, just the right amounts, just the right. And once in a while, you just kind of pulsate it a little bit.
Yes.
So now you might like thick or big pieces. I kind of like a little big pieces. I like to see them.
I do
I
too.
love my parsley.
I do too.
And you know, it's very healthy. Parsley is very healthy. And again, here we are.
And that's it.
So you have your parsley, you have your garlic, and we are ready to go. Now, we need some cheese, don't we, if we do pasta?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So here is some grana padano or parmigiano reggiano. You cut it in chunks like that, and you can chop your cheese.
Okay.
And again, cheese is best if it's kind of chopped close to usage, because you lose a lot of the aromas if you chop it before.
It's very true. And look at that. And it can handle a hard cheese like you see right there without struggling.
Right. You know, instead of buying it already
Oh my gosh.
grated.
I've done that. I bought it in, you know, the green shaker can.
No good.
I'm so embarrassed to say that.
You should be.
This is the way to have Parmesan cheese right here.
There you go. You see, so I left it a little bit larger because I was busy talking to you. But, you know, you can just, and voila.
And you've got your fresh grated cheese, tops off your meal.
Look, this is a little kind of, but you can do it smaller and smaller and smaller. This is a little kind of chunky, but I like it sometimes. Sometimes if you put cheese on top to get that crunchy kind of, let's see, this and this. I want to also do, and in this is good, we have cheese. We do a pestata.
Okay.
A pestata is, I'm busy talking to you.
I'm sorry.
You know?
I'm distracting the chef.
You are, but I get caught up. So here, this is called a pestata, and you'll see me using it a lot in that book. Is like, you know, the Italians use celery, onions, and parsley, and
Yeah, and
carrots. While some of the other course is where you use peppers, peppers and carrots and onions also.
Yes.
Okay, so here we are.
And then you just pop that top right on. I like that there's one button.
Let's see.
Look. And it's in seconds.
You see, and you can do that. Again, get yourself ready. I'm checking here and see. Thanks, Terry. What will we do without help in the kitchen? Here you go. Look at this. How great this is. But you can, you know, do the rest of the vegetables.
Yes.
You can put peppers in here. You can do again. And here you have
Look at that.
pestata. Let's.
I mean, and look at how, again, perfectly chopped it is. So that means if it is going to go into a stock or a soup, It's gonna cook evenly.
Exactly.
We do have a good amount of the poppy perry and the limonée, but I know a lot of you are loving the limonée option. That's the way to go. I also love, Chef, that in a time where a lot of things are digital and you have to figure out how to program it, this is one button.
Oh, one button, in and out, easy to wash. So breadcrumbs, you have all bread, don't waste it. I like to put a little bit of oregano in there just to give it some flavor.
Okay.
And you have yourself the, oh,
Yeah, we'll pop that lid back on.
don't confuse me.
I'm sorry.
You know, there. Okay, so that's that. And it's flavored breadcrumbs. And voila, you can, you know.
And again, you don't have to buy pre-packaged breadcrumbs that have no flavor. They're dry and
But
old.
you don't know, you know what, when
yeah.
you have bread, save it. I'm into not wasting food a lot. And so this is the ideal way. Save your bread. Make sure it's not humid. It's nice and crisp.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do the pistachio nuts. We can do also nuts.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, like, is there anything that I wouldn't put in here? We put in hard cheese and
I think,
vegetables.
yeah, you could. Anything that has kind of a grasp. Even if you have, let's say, meat would be difficult, you know, tough meat. But chicken, I think you could do well.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Fish, certainly.
Wow, listen to that.
Look at that. So the pistachio, you know, again, you can make it as thin, as thick as you'd like. And here, when you're baking your cookies. But also, we use pistachio in making pastas, you know, the Sicilians.
I did not know that.
Look at this, you're all ready?
Look at how fast
I can
that
tell you
was.
of at least, with that thing, we can do at least 10 dishes, you and I.
Because if you didn't have a chopper like this, how would you cut your pistachios to get that small? Oh, there's no way.
Chop, 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 chop,
Oh
chop.
my gosh.
That's the old way. So let's do some pesto. We promised them we're gonna show them how to make pesto.
Okay.
Pesto has garlic.
Okay.
Okay. Basil. It's as simple as that.
Fresh basil, there's nothing better.
Pine nuts. I like to toast them just a little bit. Okay. Oh, yeah, why not? Why not? Okay. And the cheese I'm going to put at the end. I'm going to put oil. Why don't you? Okay.
And just a little bit of olive oil.
Well, we can.
Or a good amount of olive oil.
Yeah. You need a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Okay. So I need the machine. Oh, there it is.
I was looking over there too.
You were. Okay. And you feel it when it falls into place.
Okay.
So if you want some more oil, you can put it right in here.
Okay.
And it's going to drizzle in.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Let's see.
This is fresh pesto.
Right. Okay. So now we could have used a little bit more of basil. But this is okay. So you know, here they sort of want time is of essence here. But I would recommend that you make pesto, and you could make a little bit more. And what you do is that you put it in a little container, plastic container or whatever, fill it up just for 2 or whatever, put a little bit of oil on top, seal it, and put it in the freezer, and you're A-okay.
How long will pesto last
In the freezer? Oh, 2 months, easy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's great if you are, we've been gardening, we have a big yield of tomatoes, so I've been trying to make a lot of things with tomatoes.
Okay.
If you have fresh basil that has just been growing out of control and you want to use it, make pesto, freeze it, and you can just go to the freezer and have it when you need it. I know a lot of you are shopping for the chopper for less than $20. It's 300 watts. It's a glass bowl. So even when you hear it, you hear how strong and substantial it is. You're going to get the lid that Chef is using to cover and store. And all you do is plug it in, and there's one button. That's how it works. And as decorative as that top is, that's actually where the motor is. So it looks good, but that's where all of the work and power goes into.
So I'm going to make a little dressing. And I always put a little mustard, egg yolk, cooked egg yolk, right in there. And it makes, the egg yolk sort of emulsifies the dressing. Vinegar.
Right, that red wine vinegar again?
Yeah, red wine vinegar.
Okay.
Olive oil.
I'm so into learning how to make dressings so that I don't
Like
have
this.
to buy them at the store anymore.
There you go. You know exactly what you're putting in here. Now you can put mustard, you can put horseradish, you can put other things in here.
Okay.
Just let's leave this to be the base.
Okay.
You see the egg yolk? And then I'm gonna, because I want a salad, I save the egg whites and I reuse that. I don't, you don't wanna waste anything.
Okay.
Lydia doesn't. Okay?
We use it all. Wow. I mean, and it's that fast.
That fast. And I think, you make it to order, as we say, if you're using the egg yolks. And here it is. The dressing is made.
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
Again, everything is so fresh and simple. This is easy. This is the kind of food we love.
Right. You have a little bit of oil if you need it, if you don't.
Yes.
And with this salad here,
Look at that.
this is kale, and you have the eggs in here, the protein. I'm going to add some avocado.
Avocado, my favorite thing.
Right. And, it's avocado. You can chop it a little smaller or larger or whatever you'd like. And you can augment this with proteins. You can put grilled shrimps or chicken breast, and voila, you got yourself a great salad. You can add some cheese, and we're all made. So now, this is all in the book.
It's all in, okay. I love that these recipes are in the cookbook. So if you picked up the cookbook, and I know a lot of you did, and a lot of you are shopping for the electric chopper, just know that that glass bowl, which, you're hard-pressed to find a glass bowl electric chopper now. I've seen a lot of choppers out there. Many of them are plastic. If you want glass, that's what this is. The glass bowl is dishwasher safe. And ultimately, it's that perfect size. It's not too small and it's not too large. A lot of times choppers are so big that you feel like you have to fill them up before you use them, so you don't use them.
Exactly.
But with this, you're going to. So go ahead and shop for yours. This one is 856452. Chef, let's head on over here because I'm looking at our clock. We actually don't have a lot of time left, but you can keep shopping for the glass chopper that we featured. But look at the bowls. We gave you a little sneak peek at the beginning of the show. You're going to get 4 of them. And you choose either the limonée or the poppy perry. And they're that perfect size bowl. They are 8.6 inches in diameter, 1.5 inches deep. So they can hold your pastas and your soups, but they're not oversized and they're not tiny. Again, I think it's that really great mid-size bowl there. 4 of them for under $25.
Okay, so this is the pot, all the soups and all that, but you can make mussels, you can make shrimp in a sauce, you can make meat sauce, a goulash, all in this. I'm making some mussels, very easy, onions, garlic, a little bit of white wine, and a little bit of scallions.
Yes.
And I'll let that cook a little bit, and we'll go to making, so nice bowl of mussels, you have some meatballs that we're making, and this is quite nice, Tamara, is salad of roasted vegetables. But I mix it. I made the tomatoes, I roasted some nice
look at those
the onions, beautiful roasted, zucchini roasted, the cucumbers, and then some bread, and you could add some more. Let me just pull it right here, so this way I can mix it well.
Okay.
You could add some tomatoes, but I think we have enough. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, so the bread, all bread. This is the salads that were used, panzanella it's called, and it's used in using all bread. Salt, okay,
Okay.
pepper. I love these things.
I do too. It's one button, and your other hand is free.
You got it, you got it. So we could use some tomatoes, but I think we have enough.
This is a beautiful salad.
Isn't it?
And it's all fresh, and again, made even more beautiful by
Now
the
you
bowls
could
have.
add a little mozzarella to this. You could add any other vegetables that you have. Eggplant, roasted vegetables. And sometimes when you have leftover vegetables, you know, from roasted vegetables or whatever, turn it into a salad, just like that.
Perfect. And then this is what you can take to the table, and your guests can serve themselves, or since you're getting 4 bowls, you've got the 4 serving bowls, you pop them into the bowl, you've got everything you need to start the meal, and it just, again, pulls everything together. Do you see how colorful that salad is?
And
do you see how colorful the bowls are? It all works together.
Absolutely. And this is a salad that you want to make a little bit in advance, so everything kind of, the bread kind of absorbs the dressing.
Yes.
And it's just it's one of my favorite salad, and I use it a lot. I do like a little bit of.
Oh, there's the basil. I like that you said you like to kind of get rough with the basil.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful.
Okay, so let me get you a little bit, so you can best talk about the recipes.
Okay.
And about here. I love the onions.
It's just...
Here you go. Here you go.
And tell us again about the phrase that you put onto each bowl.
Tutti a tavola a mangiare. Everybody to the table, and let's mangiare. Let's eat. You know what mangiare is, right?
Is that table?
Mangiare means eat in Italian. Mangia.
Oh! I never knew that. I've heard it.
So look at this.
Oh, Mom, this is really good.
Terry, do I have a nice bowl, a nice large bowl? Because I want to pour this. So here we have the mussels. Look at them. They're beginning to open up. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of breadcrumbs just to, so when you make clams or mussels and they're too watery, a little bit of breadcrumbs at the end just will pull the whole thing together.
Okay.
Look at this.
I like that.
And let's see, a little bit more of oil, just like that.
Let me ask you about the size of these bowls too, because I notice sometimes, I feel like the bowls are getting larger and larger. Some bowls are as large as plates. And so I appreciate the size of this 4-piece set that you brought us, because it allows us to have a great portion, but not overeat. So I love that.
Well, I love bowls because they're good for soup. You know, they're very good for the soup. And as I said, you know, you bring the pot of soup with the ladle and let them help themselves as much as they like, so they can take 2 helpings, not fill it up.
Right.
But I also love it for pasta, because if pasta stays together in a bowl, it keeps warmer longer.
Yes.
So make sure that the plates are not cold, but look at the meatballs, how elegant they are. You can bring them to you can bring the vegetables like I did. It sort of holds, it hugs your food.
Yes.
Okay, so here we are. And and again, look at me handling this with no problem, because the heat it's not detached, it's not attached to the big pot, it's sort of just connected, but this is empty, so that the heat doesn't travel all that much. Okay, so here we are. Here are the mussels. Look at this.
Oh, wow. They're all open just perfectly.
Look at that. And you can see that you can do the, certainly I did mussels here, but you could do clams this way. And let's clean it all up. You can do shrimps in here. Even long cooking, like a braised a bracciola or something like that, will go great in this dish. So
look at how beautiful, and look at this. no matter which ones you get, whether it's the Poppy Perry or the Limonée, they go beautiful with all of the serving pieces that you've been seeing today. I invite you to pick these up because this is gonna be the final stop. You've cooked in the stock pot. You have your amazing utensils. You were able to use the chopper, all of the things. And then this is the final piece that you're serving to the table and serving to your family. And you can see how beautiful and vibrant and bright that's gonna be when you take it to the table. Perfect size, you're getting 4 of them. If you need more than a set of 4, please do it while we have. And when you see Chef Lydia's signature phrase, everyone to the table to eat, I mean, it's almost like you don't have to tell me twice. I'm on my way. Because you've been, you know, if your family and friends have been in your home, they've smelled the food cooking throughout the day. And so when it's time to get and sit at the table and gather around, this is what they get. Look at that. This is the pasta you were talking about, how when you have it in a bowl, it stays close together and it stays warm.
A nice salad you can make right in there, tomato salad. And this is ideal, you know, for a family of 4. You don't need a big bowl, things like that. And of course, a little basil.
Yes.
How Look at this beautiful salad. And of course, we'll put a little salt, a little pepper. And look at that, how easily we cooked these meals. We cooked quite a bit.
You can see my bowl is empty now. It was so good.
Okay.
Everything that you've brought to us, it really is a feast for the eyes. Everything is simple. Everything is easy to do. I know that you love Chef Lidia Bastianich when you've seen her on television. Maybe you have at least one of the many cookbooks that she's created. If you're really interested in some of the dishes that you see here, just know that you can also get those in her cookbook that she's brought along to us here at HSN. Everyone is signed, so you can go ahead and pick those up. The bowls that you see here they just kind of top it off. At the end of all of the cooking, at the end of all of the prep, this is what comes to the table for your family and friends. And to me, these are those simple pleasures that just make eating every day that much easier. If you want to go for it, if you want the cookbook, there's the item number there on the side. If you want the bowls, you're getting a set of 4. If you need more than 4, let's say you want a full set of 8, then go ahead and get 2 of them, and they are on sale. So for under $25, you're getting the set of 4. If you know how many that you would want in your home, I even love the idea of having a set of each motif, so that you could mix and match them if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think you can play with this.
Yes.
It's because one can tell that they're the same family, but just different designs.
And how did you decide? I mean, so you told us the Poppy Perry, it's your favorite flower.
Yeah, the poppies, I used to go when I was a young girl in the wheat fields. And poppies grow in wheat when the wheat gets nice and yellow and the poppies are, and I used to go into the field and get the poppies. But you know, when you go in, you kind of throw the wheat down and Grandpa would get mad.
Yes, oh, I'm sure. I am sure. And then, so this is what you get. If you want the set of 4 bowls, everyone to the table to eat, that's what that translates to from Italian into English. You can go for it. And that was 895182 is the item number. Those clams are amazing, Chef. Thank you. That was
Mussels.
I mean, mussels. I know, I keep saying, in my mind, I'm saying clams. They're mussels. They were amazing. I want to remind you of the electric chopper, too, that so many of you have gone ahead and ordered. If you missed the item number, here it is. It's 856-452. That's the number on those with the glass bowl, and they come with the lids. And it's a plug it in. There's one button on the top. Very easy to use. Chef, I know that you're going to be back at 5 o'clock today, right?
I will tomorrow.
Okay.
Where will you be?
I will be, I won't be in the studio anymore, but I'll be wishing I were here.
You'll be cooking.
Yes, I
Take
will.
some of these, the chopper, whatever, go home and cook for the family.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make meatballs.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you so much. I will see you back at 5. We've got a quick monthly special from Chef from Andrew Lessman, and then we've got more coming up on the other side.
Hi there, Andrew Lessman. Just a quick word about CoQ10, which, if anyone knows me, very hard for me to do a quick word about anything. Certainly hard to do a quick word about CoQ10. It's been an integral part of our product line for over 40 years, long before anyone else recognized its importance. Certainly biochemistry